In view of the accumulation of anti-Semitic incidents, the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson exchanged views with representatives of the Jewish community in Great Britain. I condemn anti-Semitism in all its forms and stand completely behind our Jewish economy, he said after talking to Chief Rabbi F.A.Z and others. Several incidents had sparked outrage in Britain over the weekend. 4 men are arrested after calls for violence against Jews in a pro-Palestinian motorcade in London. A rabbi was attacked and injured outside a synagogue in Essex County. And unfortunately, we had the same here. In my hometown, 13 men from several Arabian countries burned an Israeli flag and shouted anti-Semitic slogans in front of the synagogue here in Münster, in my hometown, which is completely unacceptable. Fortunately, the neighbors are quite aware, especially when you live near a synagogue, unfortunately, and they immediately called the police, and all 13 have been arrested. And we have the same in other German cities as well, and especially here in Germany, we are very aware if something like this happens because of the past. And unfortunately, and the Home Secretary of my home state said that a few days ago, unfortunately a lot of Turk young people are part of this now too, because Erdogan stirred up the pot there as well. He put out a lot of anti-Semitic slogans and propaganda at the moment. And now what we never had before here in Germany of that amount, for example, Turkish young people are spreading anti-Semitic propaganda, anti-Semitic slogans, and are attacking synagogues. Only because this crazy president of Turkey, he is not a Democrat, he is a kind of a dictator, even if you have a look at how some elections go, who he has arrested before elections and stuff like that. That is, I'm complaining about Boris Johnson a lot, but he is still, with all the lies he is using, working completely democratic. Even if he's trying to amend some laws that they suit his agenda better, he is still going the completely democratic way, even if some of his actions are anti-democratic purposes. But there's still a big difference to Recep Tayyip Erdogan in Turkey. And he is pushing out anti-Semitic propaganda at the moment, and that is becoming a big problem. And that is something where the people in the UK, that's why I'm really glad Boris Johnson met the Jewish communities and is standing at the side of the Jewish communities as well. What we have to do here in Germany as well, and we have to start thinking about education again. If young people that haven't been on that track in general before can that easily be put on that track, the mechanism is similar, like what's happening in Northern Ireland with the young people there that were brought to the riots by people who influenced them. Although they probably never thought about rioting because of the topic of Northern Ireland in the past. And so there is a very big work for us to do regarding the youth and the way they are influenced. And that once again brings up the question of teaching awareness for somehow. Teaching awareness what social media responsibility means. Awareness not to fall for propaganda that easily. It's a very difficult task, but it is one we have to try to achieve. Otherwise, we will see more and more of this. And I saw the anti-Semitism stuff on my main channel as well. I lost a lot of subscribers because I dared to stand on the side of Israel and defend that Israel is defending itself. Fortunately, we are having a ceasefire now, but the problems are not over yet. And just to make that one clear, because people are only looking at everything in black and white, obviously. I criticized the Israeli government in the past often enough for their settlement policy. But that doesn't give anyone the right to be a terrorist and attack others. And on the other hand, the myth of the eviction. If I own a house, and we were talking about one house which was as a topic blown up and made the whole reason for the terrorist attacks. That was just a very natural, simple thing. We would have done the same in Germany and in any other country. If I own a house and I have people renting flats there and not paying the rent, I have them evicted. I saw the sheriffs tons of times on TV in the UK. They are evicting in almost every episode. That's a very normal thing. And the owner of a house in Jerusalem evicted tenants who didn't pay their rent. So what? That is not a political thing and definitely not a reason for terrorist attacks. And so I can just hope that my viewers are aware of the risks of propaganda, are aware that we still have a lot to fight for in our democracies, that they stay democracies, and human rights in our countries have to be defended, and we have to help others defend theirs if necessary. And if you want to stay informed, please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in my next video. Auf Wiedersehen.